side was locked off because there was a door that was locked.
Maybe.
Yeah, right opposite the what seems to be the contemporary side of the lower ground.
So this is really made the new bits very contemporary in style, so that it was clear. It's the philosophy of our practice, really. So it's clear which bits are new and which bits are, you know, are not new. Oh, right. So that's upstairs in the Handel collection. That's Handel's will. So this is upstairs. So this is the exhibition of the Handel collection up there.
Okay. Which is not open to the public? Or?
Well, it used to be. I don't know whether it is anymore. Maybe it isn't anymore. Or maybe you have to make a special appointment.
Yeah.
So that's the cafe there. So we put the cafe there because it's on the south side of the building and gets sunlight. It's a very nice place to sit and so that's this bit here. That's our extension. So we added that on, and this is all very contemporary. But the proportions of this are all based on the golden section. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is all divided up because that's very much what informed
classical
architecture.
The golden section, could you elaborate on the golden?
The golden section, the golden mean, it's a mathematical system of proportion that occurs in nature and throughout life.
Yeah.
And it's a sequence of, sometimes called the Fibonacci sequence of numbers.
Okay.
It's basically 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, so on and so forth. So if you write them down, if you go 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, what's that, 34, if you add that number onto that number, you're always getting that thing. And the proportion of 2 to 3, or 3 to 5, or 5 to 8, that is always getting more and more accurate to the system of proportion. And lots of Georgian architecture, the windows, that would be 3 and that would be 2 in terms of unit numbers,
or ratio.
Or ratio, yeah. And the lute grows in the Fibonacci series.
So like one square grows into another.
The branches of a tree will always grow off in the same sequence, so that you have the same relationship. The proportion of your upper arm to your lower arm, or your body to your legs, or that part of your fingers, that part to that part, is also the golden section. It's always the golden section. That's why this system of proportion in architecture is considered to be one of the most pleasing and beautiful, because it occurs, that system of proportion occurs in nature, it occurs in music. But you hear certain musical pieces will have that sequencing of beats or numbers in it. There's all sorts of things. It's called the Fibonacci sequence. I think it's double CI, something like that, Fibonacci, or the golden mean, or the golden section, and all sorts of proportion systems. When you look at classical architecture, it's based upon these kind of ratios, which is why that sort of period of architecture was always called the Renaissance and the Golden Age, because what they discovered was that the Greeks and Romans had used that system of proportion in their architecture, and that was why it's called the Renaissance. So anyway, to come back to this, the proportions that we used for that were similar.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
That we did, because in the original Foundling Museum, they put these on there to stop the kids sliding down the banisters. So that just so happened to be a device that we used to stop, not because obviously no kids sliding down the banisters, but it meant that we could get our handrail up to the right height and comply with building regulations. So all these paintings up here are all very important, various patrons.
There or something?
Yes, the steps up there. So this one is another one. You can see how it So this is all glazed over. That was the glass ramp. The idea of the glass ramp was just literally to sort of not make it make a sort of light, delicate touch onto the existing building, and also to let, as I say, to let light in. So that's how that works.
Great. Well, you know,
So let me see if I've got. Oh yes, did I show you this? This is the most magnificent room, and that's the picture gallery. So that, again, all of this was